For more on the busy 24 hours in Washington, we turn to Ed O'Keefe, a congressional reporter for the Washington Post and a CBS News contributor. Ed, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
How did Republicans get to the finish line in the early hours of this morning, Ed?
Yeah, 1:49 a.m., Anthony. Most things don't happen in this town that late or early in the morning. Look, they had to cut some deals with various Republicans to make sure that they would vote for this thing. When you only have 52 Republicans in the Senate and you needed at least 50, there was some horse trading to be done. Among other things, they made some changes to how much you can deduct in your property taxes, how much certain so-called pass-through companies will be able to benefit from tax cuts, and even had to do things like permit drilling in the Alaska National Wildlife Refuge in order to get votes from Lisa Murkowski, the senator from Alaska. So a lot of horse trading. This is how legislating works, and Republicans did what they needed to do.
Ed, the speed with which this was done was fairly unprecedented. Democrats were not happy about their ability to review the bill. Senator Claire McCaskill said that she got revisions from lobbyists rather than her own colleagues across the aisle. Did Republicans know what was in this bill?
I think it's fair to say, Alex, that no member of the U.S. Senate read the whole thing and was totally aware of what's in it. Mitch McConnell makes a good point. When you're complaining about process, you're losing. But Democrats have a fair point as well. You have more than roughly 500 pages of new tax policy that adds more than $1.5 trillion to the deficit, most likely. And how can you be passing that without, taking a breath and trying to sort out what exactly is in there? Similar charges were made back in the day when the Affordable Care Act was passed, and Republicans complained that Democrats were rushing the process. But as McConnell said, when you're losing, this is all you can really complain about. And remember, this is not the final product. The House and the Senate now have to get together over the next few days, try to come up with a final compromise. Undoubtedly, you're going to see similar rush jobs on certain aspects of the legislation, but this is not the final product.
Ed, as you alluded to, the Senate bill gets rid of most state and local tax deductions, which is going to hurt taxpayers in states like New York, New Jersey, California, and big cities that have high local taxes. Is this a potential problem with Republican House members in those states? It
is. They did not vote for the House plan because there were essentially no deductions for folks from those states. They call it SALTs, state and local taxes, and so we've been calling the lawmakers concerned about this saltines for the last several weeks. And they're going to be a factor in the final negotiations because there's about 20 of them in the House, and Republicans can't afford to lose too many votes. The compromise in the Senate was that folks could deduct up to $10,000 in your property taxes. We'll see if that's an acceptable compromise to those Republicans in the House.
And there is a government shutdown looming, is there not, Ed?
That's right. Friday, circle your calendars. If Congress can't pass some kind of short-term spending plan by then, we may have a partial government shutdown.
As if there wasn't enough drama in Washington already. Ed O'Keefe, thank you very much.